This is my gorgeous 1972 Corvette Stingray. Based on the research that I've done, and I've spoken to 3 prior owners, this was a frame-off restoration done about 12 years ago that's only been driven roughly 4,000 miles since, but more on that later. Right now I'd like to call your attention to the straightness of this body. Look at how the light plays off of the front fender, flows through the door and into the back fender, and there's just no breaks. It's just smooth as can be. The door fits and is aligned absolutely perfect. Look at this rear quarter panel, just buttery smooth. This side, just like the other side, is buttery smooth. Look at that rear quarter panel. And again, look across the side of the car, down the fenders and across the doors. Just perfect. I really like the stance of the car. It sits nice, just the right amount of rake. It's sitting on 15-inch 60 series tires, which was roughly the stock fitment, I suppose, and hasn't been lowered. So it rides well, it handles really good, and I've never had ground clearance problems of any kind. The nose, like the rest of the car, is gorgeous. Really nice front bumper. The grills are excellent. The grill surrounds, the turn signal lenses, everything looks great. The headlight doors fit perfectly, and so does the hood. That's an L88 hood, by the way, although obviously this is not an L88 car. And again, look down this side at just how smooth and straight it is. And check out those panel gaps between the front fender and the door. That's perfect. The wheels are 15-inch by 8.5 US mags. They're Cooper Cobra P235 60R15 tires. They just have a few hundred miles on them. They were put on in 2023. The doors open and close nicely. Look at this little cove in the top of the door where it meets with the rear quarter panel. Those are hard to get right, and it is perfect. Doors open and close well, just like they're supposed to. Again, take a look at this rear fender and just how smooth it is. As we take a closer look at the tail light lenses look new to me. The bumperettes are great. The lettering on the back, the luggage rack, just perfect. The car has a brand new gas tank. You'll see it again underneath. As you can see, it is brand new, and there's the gas. That's typical for a Corvette. You can look right down and look at the gas. Again, nice taillights, bumperettes, exhaust tips. And again, let's look at this side. Just look at how smooth that quarter panel is. And these doors, they don't fit any better than that. And again, look at the way the light plays off of this door and the fenders. Look at the cove at the top of this door, perfectly aligned. The doors open and close nicely. And if you look at these door jambs, you begin to see all of the benefits of a frame-off restoration. Look at this door jamb here. Hard to see in this light, but you can't make them look like that by just painting the car. You have to take the car apart, paint it, and put it back together again, and that's what was done here. All the emblems are really nice. Again, new tires, great looking rims. That L88 hood, nice windshield, no cracks, no stars, nothing. Very nice T-tops, fit well. This is one good looking car. I tell you, it turns heads everywhere I take it. Now let's take a look inside. You got new door panels on both sides. Original hardware, but it's in good shape. There were a lot of new interior parts added to the car. I'll give you the receipts for those. Prior owner did that work. The dash is either new or in excellent original condition. It is no cracks. It's not dry. It's not crispy. It's in great shape. And so is the rest of the dash. Steering wheel looks like new to me. And the horn works. And we have a tilt column. Brand new carpet throughout, by the way. Let's take a look at the odometer here. As you will see, it's about 30,000 miles. Now, this is a 50-year-old car. I can't guarantee that it hasn't turned over. This is in 1972, cars had a 13-digit VIN number. Today, modern cars have a 17-digit VIN. You can't run a Carfax on a car with a 13-digit VIN, but in the case of a frame-off restoration, doesn't really matter. We're looking at essentially a new car here. Now here's all the gauges. They're in great shape. I'll show you those when I start the car in a moment. That's a new stereo head, modern digital stereo that is meant to look vintage. I put in a brand new air conditioning and heating control panel. It works great. Heater blows hot, AC blows cold, just like it's supposed to. These cup holders were added by the prior owner. They're not original, only 2 screws, they take them out. Here again, we look at this door jamb and just, you get a better look at just how nice it is. New door panels, again, on this side. New carpet, of course. Another look at those cup holders, and they can be removed very easily if you want to go back original. Now, the seats here are out of a C4 Corvette, and so they're just a little bit wider. They're very comfortable. They're leather. They're very supportive. But because they're a little wider, I have to leave the door open when I put my shoulder harness on. That's really the only penalty. Once I get the shoulder harness on, I close the door, and we're all good. Little wear on that seat. You saw that. Back here is the luggage bay. It's in great shape. New carpet back here as well, and a really nice speaker setup to go with that stereo. Okay, let's start her up. As you can see, the tack works. And all the gauges work. As you can see, it's got very good oil pressure. It never runs hot. And the clock keeps good time. Again, the horn works. We're going to run through a few things here in a minute to show you that they all work. Let's start with the wipers. And now the headlights. I've got to find it while I'm filming with one hand. But as you will see, they open just like they're supposed to. They open together. They open briskly as they're supposed to. There's a brand new system of actuators up there. Everything's new on those headlight door mechanisms, so they should open and close right. And again, they close just like they're supposed to. Now let's go take a look and just see how well those doors fit when they close. Perfect, right? And here's the power antenna. You turn on the radio and the power antenna goes up. turn off the radio and the power antenna goes down. And this is the VIN number, by the way. So let's look under the hood. It's a 502 crate motor from Chevy Performance, 502 horsepower, 502 foot-pounds of torque, polished alternator, serpentine belt system, billet serpentine belt, Edelbrock manifold hiding in there, stainless headers. They might be ceramic coated. You've got a brand new aluminum radiator. Serpentine belt. Over on the other end is the polished AC compressor. They call these engine compartments that look like this a jewelry box, and it's good reason for that. This is a gorgeous engine. Here's the new radiator with the two fans. This is the Hydrotech hydraulic brake booster system. Engines like this don't make enough manifold vacuum to work a vacuum operated booster very well. So this runs off the power steering system. There it is. And I also want to point out the newness of all the components here. That's a new wiper motor. You're going to see that all the wiring, all the hoses, all the fittings, even all the bolts are new on this car as of when it was restored. This is the other side of the engine, of course. Also very nice. Here's that polished air conditioning compressor. Next to that new wiper motor, we have a new vacuum actuator for the wiper doors, MSD ignition, all new air conditioning components throughout. You're not going to find an old crispy rotten hose or piece of frayed wiring on this thing. Everything looks like brand new. Here are those new headlight actuators. These are vacuum operated. If you look at the hoses and the fittings on the hoses, look at those AC fittings, look at the wiring in here and the various hoses and lines and so forth. Here's the other actuator. You're going to see this is all done right. Brand new horns. This is professional looking work throughout. Okay, we've taken off the air cleaner so we can see the big Holley carburetor here. Now I've got a sound defeat system in my phone, so it's not going to sound like much, but as you can see, it runs well and it accelerates like a monster. Okay, so we're underneath the car now. We're going to take a quick tour from back to front. And what I want to point out is, again, the newness of the look of this thing. You're not looking at some 50-year-old car under here that's got road grime and grease and dirt all over it and wear. There's a few little spots like the bottom of the oil pan, but overall, it looks like a new car under here. And now we're going to take a deep dive because I want to show you what I'm talking about. This is a new spare tire compartment, by the way, which now houses the electric fuel pump. It's kind of noisy. So they hid it in there, and I put some sound deadening inside to kind of help with the noise. The rear suspension is essentially all new. There's plenty of room around these two little exhaust resonators to fit a larger muffler if you want to quiet it down. Stainless exhaust. New leaf spring. New suspension bits throughout, new brakes throughout. That's a KYB shock, by the way. They're on all four corners, KYBs. Now, if we look deep inside, you can see the look of these frame rails. You can't make them look like that if you just paint the car. The car has to be fully disassembled, and the frame has to be painted, standalone to be able to make it look like that. Now up above that, you can see the new gas tank, the bottom side of the new gas tank. Like everything else, it's new. The chassis is spotless and all freshly painted. And as you can see, all the hoses, the lines, the fittings, the fasteners, the bolts holding down the fasteners, they're all new. This is the differential. It was rebuilt in 2021. The car has highway gears. I would say, I'm not sure what the ratio is, but at 50 miles an hour, it's turning about 2 grand. At 65, it's turning about 2,500, to give you an idea. But the car has so much torque, it really doesn't matter. Both of these half shafts were rebuilt, by the way, in 2021, I believe. I have the receipts for that, and new ball joint, new U-joints on both ends, on both half shafts, as well as the drive shaft. It was redone as well. Now, as you can see, all the suspension bits are either new or look like new. The chassis, gorgeous. The stainless steel exhaust, well, there's always little stains on your exhaust, I guess, but it's pretty clean. All these new cables, wires, everything's new. Look at the underside of that floor, that frame rail there, all of these brand new lines. And every fastener is new. Every bolt that holds the fastener is new. There's that new drive shaft. It's not new. It was just rebuilt, however, with very few miles on it since. Again, just trying to show you the cleanness of this build. I want it to be obvious to you that this is a frame-off restoration. There's no other way you could get this car to look like this. The Turbo 400 transmission, it was built by FP Performance Transmissions and built to handle 500 pounds of torque that this engine makes. You notice that the inspection cover was missing on the torque converter. I ordered it. It should be here any time, and I'll either put it on or I'll put it in the back and include it in the sale. Front suspension. That funny looking thing right there, the shiny thing right there, that's an engine oil cooler sitting underneath the radiator. There's your new aluminum radiator with 2 cooling fans. Does a great job, by the way. The car never runs hot. It takes me all day to get it up to operating temperature, and that's about 210 degrees, which works great. Most of the time, it's somewhere around 140, 160 degrees. It cools very well. Now, look how spotless this engine is. There's no grime or road grime or grease or oil on this engine. It is spotless. There's the high torque starter. So we're going to go under the nose now. Again, here's the engine oil cooler. Now you get to see those headlight actuator door mechanisms and why they work so well. Everything's pretty much new or has been refurbished. These are the vacuum actuators from the bottom. Now look at all the wiring, the connectors, the hoses, the lines, the nuts, the bolts. Everything's new and it's done right. You can see the new horns in there. Look at the fittings on, behind that radiator. This is all, braided stainless lines and nice fittings. It's done right.
Yeah.
Now let's take her for a drive. this binder came with the car. I am told that the guy 4 owners ago who did the full restoration on it compiled all this information about the parts he put in it and the work that he had done. But there are no receipts from the actual restoration. I have receipts since, but I don't have any for the actual restoration. However, I spoke to the classic car dealer in LA who oversaw much of the restoration for that owner, and he has verified that it was a frame-off restoration. If you buy the car, I'll put you in touch with the 3 prior owners, and you can talk to them for yourself. Now, it's divided into sections. It's mostly technical info. This one's about the carburetor. The next section is all about that big 502 crate motor, and it's got torque specs and specifications on the car and everything, tuning tricks, everything you can imagine about that engine. It's very comprehensive. There's a section about that Turbo 400 transmission, again built by FB. They call it their street and strip version, which is built for 500 pound-feet of torque and 500 horsepower. There's a section about the new headlight door actuators. There's wiring schematics, vacuum schematics, all kinds of stuff about all the interior parts that he bought, the cooling fans, all the AC parts that went in, the MSD ignition, and on and on and on. This car is essentially new. You saw it underneath. You can't make a car look like that unless the body is removed from the frame and a total restoration is done. That could cost you easily twice as much as I'm asking for the car. Starting with a $30,000 chrome bumper C3 Survivor starter, as a starter, you'd have to do a complete frame-off restoration, and to do one to this quality is going to run you 60 to 80 grand, or maybe more, on top of the $30,000 starter car. Then add in a $15,000 crate motor and an $8,000 heavy-duty tranny and all the other parts that you've seen here, new interior and all the rest. You could easily top $120,000 trying to build a car like this. Money-wise, you never want to be that guy who did this, because they always spend more than the car is worth in the end. You want to be the guy who buys it from that guy for half of what he spent. His loss, your gain. Now here's a letter from the guy who did the restoration, and it talks about the process and all the things that he did. It's very interesting. And here are the receipts that I was given, along with the receipts that I've compiled myself since I've owned the car. And there's a lot of good stuff in here. I've also scanned all these receipts and included it in the listing. Now again, the story, as I understand it, is the guy was older who had all this work done, and this was 10, 12 years ago. He had the dealer help him with the work because he was getting kind of sickly, and he got so sick that by the time the car was done, he couldn't drive it. He put it into storage for like a decade, and then he died in the meantime. And the car's been through 3 owners since. Now, it's a head turner. Everywhere I take it, everyone's looking at this car. I took it to 5 car shows this last summer and won 3 trophies with it. It's a lot of fun. The car runs and drives great. I hope you like the car as much as I do, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Good luck in the auction.